Namaste and hello everyone. Welcome back to another video on Hamsavahini Vajra Astra. I'm Ahuna. Today's video would be slightly different than my other videos, and as you can all see, I am traveling and I did manage to capture a very small part of my journey on flight and read a book which I'm going to talk about in this video. So the book I read was Carmilla, which I chose for both Victober and Godtober. Now Victober is a month-long readathon where we explore Victorian literature, and this month it's been hosted by Katie from Books and Things, Kate from Kate Howe, and Lucy from Lucy the Reader. Gothtober is also a month-long readathon wherein we explore Gothic literature, and it's been hosted by Hannah from Ledate M, Tish from Little Wolf, and Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe. Now, since I read most of this book on flight, I thought of making a voiceover video to express my thoughts on Carmilla while you enjoy the footage I managed to capture during the time the flight was changing its altitude and I had to stop reading my book briefly. Now, let me get down to the book itself. Carmilla is a Gothic novella written beautifully by the Irish author Sheridan Le Fanu and is the predecessor of the famous vampire novel Dracula, written by Bram Stoker. The main difference between the two, however, is the sense of fragility and beauty, yet the enigma which conceals the night creature called vampire in this novella, as opposed to the brutal bloodlust and masochistic tones of the novel Dracula. The plot of the story revolves around a young teenage woman called Laura, who undergoes a chain of events which occurs almost mysteriously, and how it turned her life around completely. Laura lived deep within a forest in Styria with her widowed English father, and they led a quiet life, with Laura having a governess and another finishing governess. Her mother, who was also from Styria, had died during childbirth and belonged to an ancient family line called the Karnstein. As a child, Laura had a dream of a supernatural creature who looked like a beautiful woman trying to puncture her chest with two razor-sharp needle-like teeth, which had frightened her, and hence she was kept in obvious ignorance of supernatural tales of ghosts, ghouls, and other night creatures, which were usually told as stories in the countryside. But as a chance of fate finally brought her in close proximity to the same women from her dreams years later, when a carriage broke down in front of her house suddenly, and the concluding events led her father taking responsibility to care for a young girl almost of Laura's age till her mother returns from an urgent business. Laura and Carmilla, as this young girl was called, became close friends, and Carmilla started expressing her love to Laura at times, which overwhelmed Laura with both an abhorrence yet a mysterious excitement, which Laura tried to clear by asking Carmilla directly what she meant by all these words of love. But Carmilla used to just sigh and turn away and ignore explaining. There were many mysterious habits which were difficult to get accustomed to, and Laura quickly observed that Carmilla was reticent and used to avoid the hymn and prayer hours of the household during the mornings, and hymns especially made her uncomfortable. On the other hand, a mysterious epidemic was taking over the village women, who were dying right and left, and Carmilla was getting more weird every day, to the point that she went missing one entire day, only to return by late afternoon, stating that she accidentally locked herself in one of the dressing rooms, and she also was sleepwalking at night. After a while, Laura started losing her health and had a strange dream of a beast prowling at the foot of her bed at night, or Carmilla standing rock still at the edge of her bed, soaked and drenched in blood. After being diagnosed with two physicians, it was concluded that a certain night creature had victimized Laura and had tormented Laura's health, and that precautions had to be taken immediately. And so her bewildered father took this opportunity to meet his old friend, a retired general whose niece had expired recently and suddenly under mysterious circumstances. The story then unravels the truth about a mysterious countess called Mircalla who died centuries ago, and the nature of her death made her a vampire. It was finally discovered that Carmilla was an anagram of the name Mircalla, and she had been undead for centuries, and though her body was destroyed finally with the help of many acquaintances, yet years later when Laura wrote her recollections of this incident again, she still felt Carmilla's footsteps outside her doors sometime in the middle of the night. One of the striking features of the story is that it is assumed to have an LGBTQ plus element, but in my opinion that may not be so, since Carmilla is not human but a supernatural night creature trying to gain the subconscious trust of her prey, which helps her to attack the prey directly. Her chosen prey, like Laura, however, finds her so-called confusing romance both disgusting yet subservience to its mysterious excitement on their part leads to a turn of events which terrorizes at a subconscious level at night, making them easy prey. Overall, I enjoyed this novella and gave it a rating of 4 stars on Goodreads. And that's all I have to talk about for today, and I will be back with another video next week. So do let me know how you found this video, and if you did enjoy all the footage which I managed to capture, and do write about this in the comment section below and express your opinions. So till then, take care, have a good reading week ahead, and namaste.